On today's episode, we're going to utilize some leftovers. We have a roast chicken that was picked apart the night before. It was a beautiful roasted chicken, which you can click on the link right about, is it here? Right about there. Yeah, click on right there. That'll take you back to the roast chicken video. We have about half of that left over. We're going to make some soup. It's wintertime, and there's nothing like a good pot of warm chicken soup. We're going to start by making a small dice on 2 white onions. We want all of our pieces to be as consistent as possible and fairly small so they just melt into the soup. Next we're going to chop up the celery and get some nice big pieces. We're going to go against the norm and put in some poblano chilies for a little bit of kick. To counter the poblano, we're going to add in a orange and yellow bell pepper for some sweetness. We're keeping all the fat from the roasted chicken the night before so we can saute everything in that. Here we're going to get a little dirty and we're going to pick apart as much of the meat as we can off the carcass. All good soup starts with a stock, so we're taking all of our scrap pieces of the chicken and our vegetables. We're going to bring it up to a simmer and let this go for about 2 hours to get a beautiful, clean stock. Once the stock is nice and rich, we are going to strain it. 1 ounce of chicken fat in our cast iron. Bring it up on a high heat and then adding in our onions and celery. Once our onions are caramelized, we will add in our chilies. Now that our onions and celery have a nice golden color to them, we're going to add in our stock and start scraping up that beautiful fond on the bottom of the pan. Our base has now been cooking for about 25 minutes, and this is the time we taste. Now that our broth is completely done, we have 2 options. 1, we put our noodles in. We let them cook within the broth, and which will thicken it by releasing some of the starch from the pasta. That's if you're going to be eating it right away, or at least within the next day or 2. The second option would be to cook your noodles separately in a pot of salted water, and then add them in as you're reheating your soup. This whole pot is going to be disappearing tonight, so we're going to add our noodles in at this exact moment. We're going to turn our heat up to a medium high so we get a nice kind of like bubbling simmer, and we're going to add our noodles in. Now that our noodles are fully cooked, we're going to be adding in our chicken at the end so it does not overcook. We let the soup simmer for about 20 minutes on a very low heat. At this point, we're going to take our final taste to make sure it is perfectly seasoned, whether it needs a little more salt or some black pepper. Black pepper. Perfect. This is perfect for a nice, cold, rainy day like we have right now. There you have the perfect brothy chicken chicken noodle soup. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the share button if you feel inclined. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Buffin?